So, rap was the reason I started this channel, and I pivoted less away from rap and more into comedy. I'm sure I'm gonna make songs where I rap on them and make rap like songs, but as a whole, I fell out of hip hop as a whole. Um, there's just things that I grew up and I learned the significance of, and I now understand why my parents were so off-putted by the music I was listening to. Um, I Eminem's was my favorite back then, and um, I loved just listening to his music. Um, and the words that were coming out of his mouth didn't really have the effect that they do now that I'm an older adult. I think the choosing of your words is a lot more impactful now than it was back then. Back then, I was like, whatever, it's just whatever, mom, So, the first out of five things that I uh, I have here is when rap just brags the same old. You see this more in underground, um, like you know, like I'm gonna blow up. I'm I got better rhymes than you. I got I'm the greatest. Stuff like that. It's just like tiresome to me. It's like I've heard it so many times. It's like now similes are different. Like if you make it clever, I can mess with it. But if you're just going, I'm the greatest, watch me, I'm gonna blow up, I'm gonna make my family proud, yada yada. I'll prove them wrong. I've just heard of that so many times where it's like, okay, y'all, y'all. Uh, anyway, number two is the insincere insincerity of hip hop. Um, I'm not talking about Slim Shady. I'm not talking about Gmo Ski. Okay, I'm talking about when people are pretending to be serious about something and they're totally lying. Like, oh, they get more money than you, or they get more women than you, or the that's a whole trope of itself that's getting old. Well, how many women I slept with? I slept with your girl. Stuff like that. It's just like you've heard it so many times before. It's like, but it's still happening. You if you listen to, it's still happening. There's a genre, mainly in underground, that are like this. That drives me insane. It's like number one, it's very very unoriginal, but number two, very insincere. As I get older, I want to relate with my music more. I want to feel it. I want to realize it's coming from a genuine place, and that is just the oh you know I killed three people at the store. Look how hard I am. We'll come back to that in a minute, okay? But number three is uh music choice, like Juice World. Now rest in peace, of course, but come on, it's a trend of that type of music I just can't stand. I grew up on Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, people like that. So just his music choice and his singing choice together, something about it just never. There's a couple songs I like from Juice. Of course, his big hit. Lucid Dreams, but there's another one I forget. But oh man, I'm tired of the. It's everywhere in hip hop now. It's like Travis Scott is has the, I call it the Juice World syndrome. They just I can't stand it. I can't stand how they sing on their track. I can't stand the music. I can't stand any of it. And it and what are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? That's what's popular. So fuck what I want, right? Number four is misogyny. There's still misogyny in hip hop in 2023. It blows my mind. And I know I had one line on one of my songs. I'm not perfect. Um, I regret it. I just put it back out after taking it down because I like the rest of it. So I just ignored that fact. But it's the misogyny is like I don't know how cancel culture didn't go on this. Like, I'm not calling for them to be like, hey guys, look, there's fresh meat in hip hop. Look at all this misogyny." It's like okay. It's like everybody just obsess it. It's like, oh, you call her a HOE. It's like that's why I fell into it a little bit. I'm like, I can get away with this. Okay, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to judge whoever does this, but it just as a whole, it annoys me. And it's like, hmm, should we treat women with respect or should we just call them names and say that, you know, you don't like any of them? Like, okay, any other place? If it wasn't in music, they would have gotten canceled. And I'm not talking about the funny, oh, I'll slap women and then I'll, the Slim Shady type stuff. I ain't talking about that. No, 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 no. I'm talking about straight up. I hate women. I think they all suck. They that type of music, and it's like I understand sometimes you feel that way when you're depressed and you got out a breakup, but can we can we start finding some better words to say? And I include me. I can do better too. Like as a whole, don't you think we could do better? I think so. But so here's the last one, and this one's gonna be the most controversial. So please, 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 please stay patient with me. Now, there's a huge problem with glamorizing violence, and that's in the mainstream stuff. Uh, the only rapper that I respect that's talking about that type of stuff that I've heard is Polo G. He's not glamorizing it. He's just saying that that's a fact. That's what I'm into. Um, that's why I love it. He has that type of Tupac um attitude to himself. Like, yeah, being a thug is ain't a thing to be. You don't want to be a thug. But meanwhile, all of these songs are shooting up this and gang that. It's 2023, people. Come on. Are is glamorizing violence, and it might lead people to want to do that type of stuff. I mean, I did get a plastic fake gun and walk around my neighborhood with it, acting tough. Like I listened to 50 Cent growing up, so I'm like, I want to be tough, like just like him, you know. But that's just a humorous type of thing. It's more serious when you think like inner cities that are being affected by this type of violence, and they listen to hip hop and they're like, oh yeah, that's the way it is, and that's the way it is, and just because I'm black, just because I'm Mexican, they're I say this out of love, okay? I'm being the opposite of racist right now because take some pride in yourself and realize that you know, if anyone pulls out a gun, they're gonna shoot at you. It doesn't matter if you're black or not. And I know there's some cases of some corrupt police, but that's everywhere, But for the most part, man, if you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. I mean, I'm sorry if you're in that circumstance where like it's so corrupt that that doesn't apply anymore because like the cops have just had it. They're just like wired. They're like pulling it out on anyone. I'm sorry. I can't fully describe it because I'm not in that situation, but I know that when something is racist, blatantly racist inside hip hop that no one is talking about, you know, Tupac from the 90s. I don't know about the 90s. I was literally like 97 when I was born, but I mean, you can't think like you can't think that cops are after you. You can't think that way. Like it's back when he released that stuff, I don't know, maybe racism was heavier or maybe he was just, you know, just, you know, playing on that, oh, it's cuz I'm black, It's like I know it's like this ain't fun stuff to talk about, this is what exactly what you wanted to talk about, but it's a huge problem in hip hop today where you know, you know, black people, um, or Mexicans, rappers are using that type of vibe to sell records, and it's blatantly racist, and it's getting more kids in trouble, and anyone knows that. Anyone knows, like, I, I'm thankful that the worst I listened to was Eminem because honestly, um, I mean, I kind of turned into an asshole because of that. Like when I didn't realize these lyrics were just lyrics and not like a way to live by. I understand that it's like it's easy to say this as adults. It's like, okay, yeah, so what? These lyrics are violent. It's like, so what? But when you really think about it, is when kids are like really young and their brain is like still forming, they'll take your word as gospel, and then like they'll grow up thinking that just because of their skin color, they're they're being attacked by the police. And like I said, unless that's a rare occasion in your really bad town where police just shoot at you for no reason. But like I said, anyone, any skin color pulls out a gun, guess what? You're getting shot at by the police. That's all I'm saying. I just see that as racist. Like, it's demeaning to black people and Mexicans. That's all I mean. I don't mean it in a bad way. Why would I mean that in a bad way? It's just like, and it teaches people, growing up, you know, hey, I mean, it may convince any race, but, you know, majority it would the people that you're rapping this for, like the black and Mexicans, they're gonna adopt this type of mindset, and just it's, it's not healthy. It's like the whole "fuck the police" by NWA. you know that's just not, some of that song was just kind of being violent towards police for no reason, just because they're making a record or whatever. But so it's like, I'm sorry if y'all disagree with this. I just those are the 5 reasons why I can't understand hip hop music or rap music anymore. It's they brag about their songs, it's old news, insincerity in their lyrics, the music choice, the misogyny, the the glamorizing of violence, which is leading many inner city kids to continue that violence. I think that's a problem. And if like, I just care. I just care. Sorry, I care. Sorry, I bring this up, but I just care. I don't want, of course, the Slim Shady whole psycho killer type thing is different because obviously that's extreme. You're not gonna like go out and be a like unless you're like mentally disturbed. You're not gonna do that like 9 times out of 10. So, but just I know this was hard to talk about, hard to listen to, but I think it's just reasons why hip hop for me has just kind of lost its charm for me. I might be just getting older. Um, I might be getting in other types of music that are more authentic, like country of all things. Um, but you know, I thank you for all everybody that I've gotten through hip hop and through rap. Just same thing, of course. Or hip hop was more undergroundish type thing, and rap is more the mainstream moneymaker type stuff. But you know, I'm thankful for everyone that's found my channel through that. And I'm very thankful to a genre, and I never meant to disrespect this genre. I just meant to explain why I just don't find it appealing anymore. So, anyway, thanks for listening, especially with those type of topics. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you when you watch me again, metaphorically.